What's up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA betting show with a special guest today, MMA Fox, John Stargaryen. How you doing today, my friend?
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys. I'm pumped about it. I'm good. My betting could be going better, but other than that, I'm pretty good. Hoping to turn it around this weekend.
Hell yeah, love it. Magic, how's it going, buddy?
Great. Last one was great. Thankfully, we needed that. Juliana Peña. People didn't want to listen, but okay.
Yeah, that was a fun one. We're going to go over the UFC Fight Night Lewis versus Dawkis card on December 18th. We're going to do our usual start from the bottom, best fight odds order. First fight of the night, Jordan Levitt versus Matt Sales. John, I'll let you do the honors as kicking off this gem.
I mean, honestly, it's like two guys who I've been kind of dying to fade. Like, I did fade Levitt, and I pushed out in Sales last fight when he was fighting Mitchell, even though on paper it seemed like a pretty good fight for Mitchell. I don't know. It's a weird fight because I don't really rate Levitt at all, to be honest with you. But he can't strike. Obviously, he's grappling based. I don't think he's a great grappler, but what you got to give him credit for is he's going to go for it, right? He always will try to attempt takedowns. He won't get discouraged. If Sales can keep it standing, he should have his way on the feet, and he might be able to. He seems like he's got decent first level takedown defense, but if he gets put on the mat, man, Matt Sales is a terrible defensive grappler. Like, I don't know where his head's at. The dude apparently blew up to 250 pounds in between his last two fights. Like, he's my height, just some data here, and I have not worked out at all since COVID. I've done nothing but drink and order delivery, and I'm 192 right now. So how you get to 250 as a pro athlete, I don't even fucking know how that happens. But yeah, so I don't know. Like, there's a part of me that leans Levitt just because he is going to try to grapple, and I have to imagine at some point he gets Sales down here. But I actually think a nicer spot is kind of like the under. Like, there's spots that have minus 140, minus 150. I think that's a pretty decent way to play it.
Yeah, Magic, what do you think?
Yeah, this is an amazing fight.
No
Sales. What?
No disrespect.
Everybody's talking about this. No disrespect. I need to trademark. Yeah, I mean, they are not very good, but I think people are disrespecting Sales a little bit. He's not bad. I mean, come on. It was Bryce Mitchell. He looked lost on the ground, but it was Bryce Mitchell, and it was not that the guy didn't have any jiu-jitsu. It was that Mitchell put him in a very specific position, and he had no idea how to defend it. That was all. I mean, Levitt is not good, man. He lost to Puelles. Come on. He got out-grappled by Puelles. Puelles is garbage. I mean... And Levitt on the feet, I mean, no disrespect, but he cannot strike. He looks all awkward and tries to, I don't know, do some kung fu shit. His takedowns are horrible. I mean, I know that Sales ballooned to 250. I heard the interview, but I'm pretty sure he was getting up to 200 or 210 between every fight before that. And I have heard the guy say all he has been doing is jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu. I mean, if this stays on the feet, Levitt is going to get lit up. I took Sales props. Levitt gasses. He looks to gas pretty bad. Sales inside the distance, knockout late. It's all right. Maybe he comes out and gets a body lock and Sales is a white belt or something, and I look completely stupid, but I don't think that's the case. I'm pretty sure he can lead him up. We'll see. I mean, if I doesn't go the distance, probably hits, but the price is not great.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point on the fight doesn't go the distance. That was my initial look too. He's actually from Ireland, Magic is. You can tell by his accent. But yeah, I don't know. Pretty binary fight. I feel like the winner of this probably looks minus 400. I liked Sales initially, and I kind of talked myself out of it a little bit, trying to stay away from betting these types of fights a little bit more than I have in the past. But it's pretty straightforward in the sense if Levitt can get the grappling going. I wish there was more data on Sales grappling because it's a bit of a question mark. It's no two ways about it. If it stays on the feet, Sales is gonna beat him up pretty bad. But I don't know. Hopefully, whoever wins does it in dramatic Magic was born and raised in Newcastle in dramatic fashion, so we could get a good price fading them in the next fight. Hopefully, Levitt subs him in the first round. So the next fight, he's decently priced against someone who we know is gonna.
Fuck you.
Do some bad things.
What do you mean? Hopefully he stops him, man.
Oh yeah, my bad. Well, if honestly, ever since you said that Dustin Poirier could beat me in a wrestling match, I've just been rooting against you.
I don't know. I maybe reconsider my pick, man. Because
That's a crazy
that was
take.
pretty bad. That was too easy for Oliveira.
Yeah. I was gonna tweet you after that fight and be like, "So, did you change your mind on this?" Yeah, after seeing how
And
easily.
Dustin looked done after one round. Like I don't know if
Yeah.
it was an adrenaline dump or the body work because Oliveira landed some brutal knees. But
Can you
I know
imagine getting out cardioed by Charles Oliveira in a main event on pay-per-view?
Oliveira has good cardio.
Now he does.
Yeah, he didn't always.
No, but he was hitting him with some knees to the body that were devastating. Pickett was like, "Yeah, I'm fine," but no, he wasn't fine. He was all fucked up.
Yeah. Oh man, this is a rough one. Josh Parisin versus Dontel Miz. Magic. I'll kick you.
I don't want nothing to do with this. This fucking sucks. They are horrible. If you put a gun to my head, I would probably play Parisian because he's like plus 170. I mean, Dontel Miz is bad. He has 0 grappling upside and he's minus 200. I don't get it. But I have nothing here. I will just watch. I hope it's funny or something. Probably a bad fight. If somebody doesn't die in like 3 minutes, it's going to be 2 big fat guys hugging each other for extended periods of time. So yeah, not a very good fight.
Sounds like fun. John, you agree with that?
Yeah, it's a shit show. I think the line's about right. I think Mays is like reasonably skilled from a skill perspective, but like he doesn't really do anything. It's like Josh Parisian is terrible, but is a doer of things, taking on a guy who might not be terrible, but who doesn't do anything. So it's like, how can you really bet Mays? I don't think he hits particularly hard, even though he's built like, like an ogre. And Parisian's there to be hit, but I don't think he'll take advantage of it. Yeah, I don't have any interest in this. Like Magic said, play Parisian if you really want to bet this fight.
Yeah, wow, you guys got right through that. I concur. This fight sucks. I actually thought going into tape, I was like, why is Dontel Mays minus 200 against anyone? And then when I watched tape, I was like, oh, that's why.
Man, he went like life and death with Roque Martinez. I mean, come on.
Yeah. They both fought Martinez.
They both went life and death with him. Yeah,
but Mays was like not life and death. Parisian was fucking life and death in there with. Man, that was bad.
Was that the day that you and I were together?
Yeah, and you kept slamming Parisian live.
Yeah. That did happen. I have the receipts to prove it. Yeah. I live bet Parisian like way bigger than I should have. And you were like, dude, are you even watching the fight? And I'm like, yeah, he's gonna win.
He won, right?
Yeah.
Easy money.
Never in doubt.
Easiest money I've ever made in my life. Speaking of the easiest money I've ever made in my life, Andre Ewell is plus 180 to Charles Jourdain. I don't get this price. I think it should be way close. I think it should be actually like about a pick 'em. Ewell's going up to 45 here. Jourdain probably hits a little harder, but Ewell has clean 1-2s down the pipe, and a lot of his struggles in UFC have come from either strong leg kickers or strong grapplers, and neither of which I don't think Jourdain fits the category of. So I'm rolling with Ewell here, and I definitely think this line at the very least should be closer. John, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, Jourdain, he's cool. He hits hard. He's pretty dynamic. But like outside of being like a decent finisher, he doesn't really blend his game together very well. He's not a great grappler. He has a tendency to wait on his opponents to go first, which obviously is fine if you're a counter striker, but he's not. So obviously that's problematic. The guy, he's pretty much losing every fight until he's not, pretty much against everybody he's fought. Like you watch the Kulabau fight, and Kulabau was just piecing him up from southpaw, and like I'd rate Ewell striking considerably higher than Kulabau's. And so, yeah, I mean, look, the bottom line is Ewell's got a horrible gas tank. If it gets extended, it could get ugly late. But skill-wise, I actually think Ewell's better. So, yeah, I think Pickham's about fair. So I took a shot on Ewell. I actually think plus 900 on the round one's not bad either. Jourdain gets hurt a lot in almost every fight he's been in. But, yeah, I like Ewell here.
Cool. Magic, tell us why you disagree.
Yeah, I don't like Ewell or Ewell or whatever his name is. I don't think he's
Close
good.
enough.
He's kind of fast. And I don't know how Renan Barao didn't submit him. He owes me money from that night. But yeah, I played Jourdain inside the distance. He has never won a decision. He's minus 200. I mean, inside the distance plus 160. Ewell doesn't like to get hit. And I get that Jourdain doesn't have much grappling upside here, and if this goes to the card, it's probably going to be close because Jourdain doesn't have much volume, but you will get scared. Jourdain hits very hard. The situation may come where he has some submission upside here too, and I like Jourdain late a lot because he may be forced to find a finish late as usual because I don't know if he's stupid or lazy or what, but he puts himself in positions that are stupid. Like he does nothing and then he's trailing 2-0 or close 1-1. I don't know. His girl is very hot though. Shout out to him.
Who, Jourdain or Ewell?
Jourdain, man. Ewell looks like shit.
No
disrespect. No, seriously. I went to his Instagram to check where he was training, and I was like, "Whoa, that's solid 9."
Tell me about. I'll stick with you, Magic. Tell me about Macy Shawson versus Raquel Pennington while I look up
Walmart Rapino, man. I hate her. She's fucking horrible.
Disrespect.
Yeah, disrespect. I cannot stand her. It's like second to Rosna Mayunas in my hate list. She's all day talking and she sucks. She's not good at fighting. She thinks, like, I don't know. She's entitled. I don't know what's the deal with the girl. She's not very good. Every fight she wins is just because she's much bigger and makes the weight. She's a featherweight making bantamweight, and I think Pennington is going to beat her. She gasses. Her grappling is horrible positionally. Pennington by submission is live. Pennington late is live. Yeah. I mean, what Shawson does is not rocket science. She goes forward, forces awkward exchanges and clinch situations. She's fucking horrible. She's not good. She shouldn't be in the UFC. And she was a pussy when she had to fight Lat. That was a small miss, right? And she was like, "Oh no, I'm out." Lat was going to fucking kill her, man. That was the easiest money all year, I think. Inside the distance was like plus 240 or something like that for Lad, and she was going to murder her from top. I was fucking upset.
Me too. That's a sad one. John, you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I think Rocky's kind of on the back slope, to be honest, of her career. I don't think she's looked good in quite some time. Even her last 2 wins, if you told me Rocky Pennington was going to get outstruck in the clinch by Penny Kanzat, I would have laughed, but that's what happened. I didn't think she looked great against Renault either, but it's just like, I don't know. Pennington's actually Magic touched on it. Macy's a size bully, and Pennington's actually her size. She's stronger. She's much more skilled at just about everything. Clinch could be a bit of a concern, I guess, but I don't know. I think Rocky pieces her up in the boxing, and if she gets on top of her, to be honest, like sub is pretty live if she gets her down. Like Shawson's looked really bad off her back and hasn't had anybody nearly this good on top of her. So plus 500 on sub's a decent shot.
She's really horrible grappling, like horrible. Because she has this.
Didn't Cheesecake get on top of her for like 3 minutes?
What?
Sarah Moras? I think she got on top of Shawson for a bit. Too,
yeah, she should a shitty double leg, and she was there until she fucked up. Also, I think it was Lina Landsberg. No, not sure.
You can't grapple.
It was
Landsberg. Yeah.
I mean, come on. You get held on bottom by Lina Landsberg for all the fight. It's LFA time. I don't know if she trains or not, or she's just bad. But I think it's her build. She has a very awkward build. She's built like a 16-year-old skinny boy. You cannot grapple if you are built like that. It's an issue. It's like this guy, Sean Bootson. What are you going to do on the ground? You look like a slender man. I'm being serious. It's an issue to grapple.
It's like a spider monkey.
Yeah, I think Raquel Pennington is going to win this fight. I was hoping for a bit, but it looks like the line is getting better. Minus 175. I think that might do the trick. I would definitely 100% play minus 150. This fight's taking place at featherweight for those who don't know.
I know, but I think it's because of the short notice. Shawson was not going to be able to make it.
Yeah,
maybe Pennington is just fat, and they had to move it. She gets pretty fat between fights.
Yeah, she's not small for 135, but yeah, just a little tidbit there. I think that Pennington's pretty much the better fighter, and Shawson just has those physical. It's pretty much the same breakdown every fight with Macy Shawson. Like her skills aren't that good; she's just big, and don't really need to overcomplicate it more than that. So, long story short, I think Pennington's going to win this fight. Sahara Eubanks versus Melissa Gatto. John, I know you feel pretty strongly about this one, so I'll let you kick it off.
Yeah, John
Yeah, I
for
mean, I
sure bet Eubanks here for sure.
I did bet Eubanks here, pretty big. I think this is pretty crazy, to be completely honest with you. It's funny because I see like a lot of people making cases for Gatto, but like I don't really understand any of the cases. Like Melissa Gatto is not subbing Sahara Eubanks from bottom. I'm like very, very, very confident of that. Look, everybody and their brother was looking to fade Melissa Gatto with Victoria Leonardo in her last fight. And now they're looking to bet her against Sahara Eubanks, who's been fighting the best fighters at 135 for like 3 years. Look, I don't really see it. The only angle you can really tell me is, oh, Eubanks slows, maybe Gatto takes over the fight. Okay, maybe. But even in the fight she's slowed down, they've always been close. And if anyone's going to win a dominant decision or finish, I think it's going to be Eubanks pretty clearly. She's a much better grappler. Gatto's a guard player who's probably going to get held down if she gets put on bottom. And even striking, like Eubanks striking is ugly. Like she throws a lot of hooks, but she's pretty effective with it. Like she was very competitive with both Pani and Ketlin Vieira on the feet, up a weight class. And on top of it, like I'm not even that concerned about the cardio at 25. Like she hasn't lost around there in the UFC at 25. And it's not like she hasn't beaten anybody. She dominated Lauren Murphy there. She dominated Roxanne Modafferi there. She dominated Deanna Bennett there. I don't, it's kind of one of those things like you look at Jessica Andrade and everybody acted like she had a cardio problem back in the day when she was fighting at 35. It just takes a lot of energy to, take down people who are bigger than you. Now she's going down to a weight class where people are her size, and I think it's going to be a lot easier for her. I don't know. I think this line's crazy. Like, I think Eubanks wins this anywhere it goes without any problem at all. I think she should be like minus 300. Only real concern is like cardio depth. But yeah, I think she's going to handle Gatto, and I think she's pretty live for a finish as well.
Hell yeah. I like the breakdown. Magic, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I passed. I have nothing here. I was surprised when that much money started coming in on Gatto. It was a lot of line movement, and it's still going on. She's like plus 130, I think. She was plus 165 or so. Yeah, I mean, I can get the Eubanks getting a lot of top time here, but on the feet, I actually favor Gatto. She looked very, very good last time out, and the volume was there, the pace was there. Eubanks gases, she's hittable. She packs a little bit of a punch, but she's not really good on the feet, very slow. So I don't know. I think this is going to be a close fight always, unless Eubanks just mops the floor with her grappling, which I'm not sure if it's going to happen. She's the more like technical grappler, if you want to call it that. But Gatto is skilled, man. She makes her errors, but she's skilled and she loves going for that Kimura trap. I can see a lot of scrambling going on here, and Gatto is more athletic than her. I'm not sure, man. I passed. I think fight ends by submission plus 250 is not bad if someone wants to take a shot.
Yeah, I think I land somewhere in the middle. I think that Eubanks should have a pretty big advantage in the grappling. I think the striking's close, and if it's not, I didn't have a great read on it when I was going through tape. Was surprised to see the Gatto money coming in. I thought Eubanks at like minus 200, maybe minus 225 was probably about right. Maybe even you could make a case for minus 250. I think she's definitely the side now that the Gatto money has come in. But then again, there's just not a ton of data on Gatto outside of her just beating a complete man in her last fight.
She looked pretty good, and she's 25, probably improving. Very athletic girl. I don't know, man. I'm not sure this is the spot. I think Eubanks is going to win with top control, but I really don't know. She's also on the juice, Gatto. A good juice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all the UFC was saying it the other day. All of these Brazilians suddenly have cardio again. They're all coming in looking,
not the cardio, but how she looks, the shoulders, the arms, man. If you have ever gone to a gym, 90% of these people instantly, and she's. Please don't sue me. I don't want to go to court. Allegedly.
Next up, we've got the people's main event: Justin Tafa versus Harry Hunsucker. I will kick this one off because I'm so excited about it. Just kidding. I think Hunsucker is fast for the weight class. He's a fast starter as well. What?
Yeah, he's like the white Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, he's fast for a heavyweight. He has like 3 minutes of cardio, and then that's kind of it. I think all of his fights have ended in the first round. So I think he probably maybe looks good for 2 or 3 minutes and then just ends up completely gassing. In his Contender Series fight, it was the same thing. Like he looked pretty decent for like 3 minutes, I want to say. What it was about that. And then just from there, he was done. I don't see any scenario where this fight goes longer than 10 minutes. So I think if you're looking for a free leg minus 400 on doesn't go the distance, I don't think it goes the distance 20 out of 100 times. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tafa probably knocks him out like 4 or 5 minutes in. John, what do you think?
Just bet someone dies if you want to bet this fight. I mean, I don't. This would be the ultimate like fuck you from the MMA gods if this fight goes the distance. Like, I feel like everybody's playing the under, but like, I don't think it's that crazy. You nailed it. I mean, Hunsucker gasses out. Tafa hits reasonably hard, and Hunsucker, he's pretty much exactly what you want from a bum who's a big dog at heavyweight. He's gonna bite the mouthpiece and go for it. So. I don't know. I kind of think you could almost justify a play on like Hunsucker round 1 plus 700 just on Justin Tafa's pretty bad, and Hunsucker's going to go and do everything he can to take his head off. They're both bums. I think Tafa's slightly less bad and has better cardio. But yeah, I mean, I think if you want to parlay up, doesn't it go the distance? I mean, it's a big number, but I really don't think this is making it through the second round. And I think Hunsucker round 1 is kind of a nice little long shot that has probably pretty mispriced.
Cool. Magic, what do you got?
I parlayed the under 1.5 pretty big. I mean, I think this is a lock. Minus 170. Hunsucker fights for 3 minutes, and then if he hasn't won, he quits. That's it. 3 minutes. Like, he was in there with, Tuivasa knocked him out in like 50 seconds, right? But
yeah.
It was like, he was actually doing good against Bandera, and then Bandera, fall on top of him. That's it. And he was like, ooh. I don't think this is for me.
No mas.
Yeah, he just quits. He reacts horribly to punches. I don't think this is going a full round. I have some Tafa and round 1 knockout plus 175 too. I mean, Tuivasa hit him once. It was a leg kick, and he was like, "Holy shit! I don't know if I want to be a fighter anymore." Just once. He like threw himself to the floor. He jumped to the floor. He didn't got knocked down or anything. He was like, "Oh fuck this shit." I don't know. I don't think this guy is UFC level. But
he's like the kind of.
If he somehow ends up on top of Tafa, he's going to submit him, and it's going to be hilarious because Tafa cannot grapple at all.
Dude, one day, everybody's going to realize why I bet Juan Adams big against Justin Tafa when he ends up on his back. The dude is hapless on the mat.
Yeah, I bet him too. But Juan Adams is like 70 IQ is not generous. More like 30.
Next up, we've got Raoni Barcelos versus Victor Henry. Magic, I'll stick with you to start this one.
Yeah, this is a good fighter right here, Barcelos. I don't know what's wrong with the guy because he manages to make things close when they shouldn't be close, but he's a fantastic fighter. Like, really, really good. This is championship material. The only issue is his cardio. I don't know how is he going to do when he has to go 5, but Victor Henry is actually his game. He has fought legit people in Asia. I mean, his run is decent and he's pretty durable. He has never been finished, but Barcelos is just better at everything. I took Barcelos by submission, not big, just a couple. And the price makes sense. Henry's durable and Barcelos. I mean, the guy loves elbowing people in the head. He's a coral belt. His jiu-jitsu is amazing. Everything looks amazing, and he passes and mounts or takes the back and then decides to pound people. I mean, get the fucking neck, motherfucker. I don't know what is wrong with him, but he's incredible on the mat. Very good hips. He's excellent. I think he gets a finish here, but inside the distance is very short. I like submission.
Cool. John?
Yeah, I laid the chalk with Barcelos at like minus 290. Line's starting to blow out now, so I don't know if I would. I actually don't mind Barcelos. Like, it's weird because like submission line, it could be huge value if he actually goes for it. Like Magic was saying, like if Barcelos wrestles, it honestly could be like a 50% outcome that he subs him. It's just like, is he actually going to go and do it? Like I had
against Tafa, man. I had him by submission against Tafa, and I was like, what are you doing? He has nothing for you. Like, get the neck.
Dude, I mean, I've bet him a bunch, and it's really like even the Nurmagomedov fight, like he almost lost the fight just because he refused to grapple until it was clear that the fight was 1-1, and then as soon as he did, he won the fight. And like I'm with you. That's my biggest concern as he goes up the ranks. Is like I feel like he can out grapple most of the guys in this division. He just doesn't go to it. But here, I don't look. He should grapple, and he can probably submit him if he does. I don't think he really needs to. Henry's cool. It would have been fun to see him against like some shitty low level guy who he was going to go to war with, But
this is a
if he goes,
debut.
yeah, if he goes to war with Barcelos, I actually think he's going to get finished. To be honest, it's like he hasn't been finished. And I know, he beat Kyler Phillips or whatever ages ago when Phillips gassed out, as he tends to do. But I don't think he's winning a war with Barcelos. It's really, really tough for me to see where Henry has success in this fight unless he just lands something stupid and finishes him. Barcelos should win the fight pretty easily everywhere. But yeah, I mean, if he grapples, the subline's going to look amazing.
Yeah, I completely think the same in the sense that if Barcelos grapples, sub is a very high outcome unless he decides to throw elbows at his head, which he does tend to do sometimes. And I watched Henry's tape, and he's not a huge hitter. Like he's decent everywhere. He's decent on the feet more than anything. If Barcelos grapples, he probably looks minus 1,000. So I was completely fine laying the chalk here. And I do want to say, teamer value of plus 188, one of the better bets of the year. And you had
Barcelos did
let me finish. Then you had everyone who's laying minus 220 or minus 225 on Twitter crying that round 2 should have been a 10-8. Shut up. Make better bets.
I didn't bet Barcelos. Barcelos 100% didn't lose that fight.
Come on, how can you say that?
It was a draw.
He had one good moment. He had one good moment in that entire fight.
At worst, it was a draw. Like, he fucking killed the guy.
Come on.
That fight should have been stopped. I mean,
I don't even know how we can continue on.
I was very happy for my man Andrew that they robbed Barcelos.
Yeah, give me a break, dude. Barcelos lost like 14 minutes of that fight.
No, he didn't.
Dude, Valiev literally was like minus 300 at the time of the knockdown, and then he came this close to getting put out, comes back in round 3 and wins round 3. So Valiev play of the year is all I'm trying to say.
I mean, Valiev's good though too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, Valiev would be like minus 600 against Victor Henry or whatever, or should be at least.
Yeah,
it's apples and oranges, but anyway, since I'm the best judge, I'll stick with myself for Stoltzes versus Mierskart. I don't know, man. Stoltzes at plus 200 is tempting me. GM3, he just somehow makes good things happen for himself. I don't know how or why, or like it was funny. I was watching back the fight versus who's the guy's name that he just fought that he was a big underdog against?
Murdoch.
Yeah, I watched that back and I still couldn't like figure out how he did that. But yeah, I just can't do it. Stoltzes, he's strong, he comes forward, he's decently well-rounded, but I don't know, he just has some clear like lapses in his game, for lack of a better term. And I know that was kind of jumbled, but long story short, I'm probably going to pass unless this Mierskart line kind of keeps going up. But John, what do you think?
I couldn't bet Stoltzes, honestly. Like, I think GM3 is probably value, but like, he's like the weirdest fighter. Like, GM3 could fight Izzy. He'd briefly put him in danger and then just do something stupid, like roll off the back and get finished. Like, what I'm saying is he can compete with like anybody briefly in the division, but he also can make fights competitive with like non-UFC level guys because he's just, I don't know, his game is like almost predicated on bad fight IQ, which you don't really see. Like, half of his sweeps come after he's already been mounted, you know? It's just like he does all kinds of shit.
It's an art.
Yeah.
There is a method, okay?
It's so true. It's an art. But like, I look, I mean, GM3 is a good fighter, but the way he fights is going to mean he can fight with anybody at the top 10. And he can also lose to anybody in the bottom 10. So like, I could never lay his line here. I guess if you wanted to play him, bet GM3 by submission, but I don't know. I have no interest here. He's a level above Stoltzes. This shouldn't be a problem for him, but it probably is going to end up being a pretty sweaty fight.
Cool. Magic, what does your sweatshirt say?
Originals or something like that.
Oh, originals. Are you going to have an original take on this fight, or do you agree with us?
Yeah, very original. Mierskart is going to sub him.
Ooh.
Nah, I'm pretty good at picking GM3 fights. I have bet on the guy a lot of times. I bet against him in this guy, the guy with the broken lip. Not Chimaev. The other guy with the broken lip.
I bet against
Heinisch. Ian Heinisch. Yeah.
Oh, Heinisch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got it in jail, I think, or something.
Yeah, he was like a drug.
You don't know the Heinisch story?
Yeah, he was like a drug smuggler, right?
Yeah, he told that he went to Mallorca in Spain and he met a guy, all cool, and the guy invited him to his house and they were friends. And one day he goes like, "Hey, do you want to get this huge amount of cocaine into I don't know where?" And he got caught and spent some time in prison in Spain.
That's insane.
But yeah, coming back to the fight.
Did you bail him out?
No.
If you knew him, like if like, would you hook him up? Because I know you have those connections over there.
we cannot talk about this publicly, Andrew.
Yeah, we'll talk about it offline.
But Ian, call Magic.
Yeah.
I'll make some call and get Ian out. Get Ian out. We need him for fight night.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean, this fight doesn't go the distance. It's a must in every GM3 fight. The price is pretty good. I'm surprised. Why is this not like minus 300? And if you give me a guy that is minus 200 and the better grappler in the fight, and his submission line is plus 175 or plus 180, and he has like, I don't remember how many, but there's like 30 submissions in 36 wins or something like that.
Holy fuck, it's plus money to not go the distance?
No.
Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong fight.
Not go the distance is like minus 170 or minus 150, something like that.
This guy's making his own lines over here.
And I felt so bad when he submitted Muradov. I had nothing on the fight, but I was like, yeah, GM3 is my guy, and submission was plus 900. How I didn't bet that? It was his path to victory. I was like, Muradov is going to hit him hard, and he's going to die. And he took some shots that I was like, holy shit, how did he do that? But yeah, I like GM3 here. He will make it sweaty, but don't worry. Like, don't even sweat it, John. It's like there is a method. This is an art. He will get mounted and then find a sweep and then get mounted again. He's just tiring the guy, and then he gets the guillotine. Easy money.
Fair enough. Next fight, we have a battle of two middle-aged men, Cub Swanson versus Darren Elkins. Magic, I'll stick with you on this one.
Yeah, big prospects.
Tough kid.
I personally think Elkins is fucking shot. Like, shot badly, very shot. If he keeps winning fights, he's going to have to fight someone like Topuria, and there is going to be a funeral. I don't want this to happen. Like, somebody's going to kill the guy. Ryan Hall was rocking him on the feet. I mean, if Ryan Hall is rocking you, go to the hospital. Because you are fucked up. The guy cannot punch and looks like my uncle. So I don't know, man. He lost. He won against Miner. Props to him. He always I mean, not always, but when he wins, he manages to not die and then come back. And Miner is a quitter, no gas. He somehow threw the fight. James Krause, no disrespect, but has trained the guy. He was the best action fighter in the sport, and now I don't know what he's trying to do in the fight.
Disrespect on that one for sure. At least from my end, dude. That was so frustrating. He used to be so fun to watch, bro. And like, I have to sit on Twitter and listen to all these kids say that James Krause is the best mind in MMA. Sorry, I keep going. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you already have a fight scheduled against Gilbert Barnes.
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to
why
fight
did you
Krause
do
too.
that? Dude, I logged into Twitter today, like just minding my own business, and I see like a bunch of notifications, and I see that you're trying to get me in a fight with Gilbert Burns.
Why are you disrespecting Gilbert like this?
The King of Rio.
You are going to go to watch like UFC 276, and there is going to be a pat on your back. Hello, Andrew. I'm Gilbert Barnes.
I'm gonna be like, dude, listen, like that's my friend. Like, I'll give you his address right now. Like, you go find him. Like, he'll answer for this. I promise.
Yeah, I hope you have like a good 40-yard dash.
I don't, dude. I don't.
No, but
he'd probably beat me in a 40-yard dash too.
I like Swanson here. Doesn't go the distance, plus money doesn't make much sense in my opinion. Elkins is going to get fucking lit up. I don't know if people are realizing this. Early, it's going to be a carnage. He can submit people when he gets them tired late. Elkins needs takedowns here. It's not rocket science. I really like Swanson to finish this fight. I think he's going to fucking destroy him early on the feet. That's it. Maybe Elkins can make it ugly and sweaty, and I don't think so. I think he's shot. If he wins this, he's fighting someone good after this, man, and I'm worried.
You're a real humanitarian.
Yeah, man. Let him be a warrior, but there is a limit, man. Have you the guy talks? Have you heard him talk in the corner? Like he sounds all fucked up and everything, and he's 38 and looks 50, and that tattoo, man, that tattoo on his chest makes everything worse.
Yeah. Dude, see what you started with this, bro. I am not. I am a Gilbert Burns fan. I'll just let everyone know that. I don't know where this beef originated from.
Andrew told me he owns Rio de Janeiro and that he would fucking pin Gilbert Burns in a wrestling match easily. He told
this. Is this? Are you saying this because now you know I would beat Dustin Poirier? You know that was like a crazy take, right? Like actually, like all jokes aside. That's a crazy take.
I think you could compete with him. I don't know if beat him, man. He's wrestling with Covington and these people, not Covington anymore, but good people, and you are wrestling with nobody. I mean, this goes away. You are aware that this goes away, right? If you don't strike, you lose it. If you don't wrestle, you lose it.
No, dude, you never lose it. Like I wrestled for 17 years.
Yeah, you lose it.
Dude, how are you gonna tell me, bro? I could go right now, like, and it would be like the only thing that would be different is cardio, pretty much.
Man, do we need to get this done?
Yeah. Dude, like, think about it this way. Like, do you think, like, you honestly got, like, under NCAA wrestling rules, like, if me and him put singlets on, like I wrestled for 17 years, he wrestled for 0, like, you think it would be competitive?
Yes.
That's insane. All right, John, what do you think about
losing his mind here?
Dude, I was thinking.
Did you say you need good and be competitive? Dustin Poirier and you in a wrestling match?
Dude, I was sitting in the arena watching him fight. I was sitting in the arena watching Gilbert Burns versus Dustin Poirier fight, thinking about how on this podcast you said that he would beat me in a wrestling match.
Man, Dustin Poirier did not fight Gilbert Burns.
Poirier versus
Oliveira. Yeah, Oliveira.
See, now you have me thinking about Gilbert Burns too, because I got to worry about Burns and I got to worry about.
You have
Poirier.
to watch over your shoulder.
Let me just say, give me 8 months to get back in shape, and I'll pin Dustin Poirier in a wrestling match.
There you go.
You wrestle too.
There you go.
Yeah.
I thought you were Canadian.
In high school. I did not wrestle as high level as Andrew did. I was a mediocre high school wrestler. But
who do you think would win, me or Dustin Poirier?
Just wrestling? You probably.
Yeah.
If you're in shape, I don't know what kind of shape you're in right
now. People watching this. These two guys are outrageous. Then people will talk about me and everything. These guys are outrageous. I can fight Cachoeira on the co-main event.
She's gonna poke you in the eye, bro.
That is not going to the ground. Only once. She's the only one going to the ground.
Dude, that is
did you listen to my podcast where C said he would knock out Kayla Harrison?
No, when was that? I will go on.
The PFL finale.
I watched that. Yeah, I watched that. She was like, I don't know, maybe 3 months of training, man. She will judo throw over the fence. Like, whoo!
Dude, these comments are actually outrageous. Like, let's move on.
Let it go.
What do you think about Swanson?
I'm with, honestly, I just wish they would let Elkins fight guys like Derek Minner, guys that'll be fun fights who he can beat, but like, I didn't think.
Sorry, yeah. People have asked me this like 1,000 times on Twitter. I'm not going to tell anyone because when somebody from Australia tries to assault me, I have to keep them guessing. They don't know what is coming. Maybe I'm awful and cannot throw a punch, and maybe I'm like Gennady Golovkin.
But like I honestly. The Elkins losing to Nate Landwehr was a pretty bad look, and then the Garagori fight, like I bet Elkins huge in that fight, and the fact that he almost got finished by Garagori was a pretty awful look too. Like I think he's pretty shot, to be completely honest, but I'm also like not really dying to play Cub. Like how warm is Cub's body? Like he has looked. I bet him against Pineda, but I didn't think he looked particularly good in that fight. Obviously, he died instantly to Giga. He's off major knee surgery, like right before that fight. I think Cub should handle him. I don't think the Cub KO line is bad. But also, like, would it really be surprising if Elkins does his normal, gets his head played pinball with for like 5 minutes, and then lands 3 or 4 takedowns and makes it pretty gritty? I don't know. I'm not dying to play it, but I'm with Magic. Let's root against Elkins so we don't have to watch him die to somebody good. So.
No, I
Yeah.
want Elkins to fight someone good. I'll be honest here. I'm a horrible person. I want to watch
Bro,
Elkins versus
he's an
Topuria.
electrician. He's a full-time
Magic-
electrician. He's a family
Magic
man.
Magic wants Kevin Lee versus Diego Sanchez.
Man, Kevin Lee versus Diego Sanchez has to happen. That's a mega
I'm
fight.
here for that. I'm here for that one.
You
We need
guys
Kevin Lee to get a confidence booster. It's like boxing. We give him like, a nice like Candy Crush, get the confidence back.
That would be like a grown man beating a child, like from top.
I hope so.
Yeah, dude.
Khabib is signing all the dinosaurs. I don't know. Somebody's going to die in that promotion.
Yeah. When's the first event for that? Do you know?
January.
Oh, really?
I think
It's
it's like
soon,
January
then.
29 or something.
Oh shit.
It doesn't look like a huge money laundering operation at all.
Yeah, that's never happened. That's actually
Not to
never
me.
happened before. That's actually never happened before. My take on Swanson Elkins is similar to what you guys said. I think Swanson probably kills him, but I don't really want to be holding a Swanson minus 220 or whatever ticket if he beats Elkins up and Elkins just does the Homer Simpson thing and can turn this into a gritty fight. But pretty straightforward fight. I think the winner will probably be a decent spot to fade him in the next fight. Next up, this is definitely the best fight of the night, in my opinion, in terms of a skills perspective. We have Mateus Gamrat versus Carlos Diego Ferreira. John, you start us off, my friend.
So unless you're going to tell me that Mateus Gamrat is going to control Carlos Diego Ferreira for 7 or 8 minutes on the mat, I don't know how you can say this line is right, to be honest with you. Because, look, Gamrat's a better boxer, in my opinion, but he doesn't fight at much pace. I do think he can be a bit defensively susceptible. And on the feet, look, Ferreira is going to do nothing but go forward and spam volume. Plus, he's kind of an underrated hitter. And like I said on the mat, look, the only 2 guys who have ever really controlled Carlos Ferreira were Beneil Dariush and Gregor Gillespie. And even the Gillespie fight, he back-mounted Gillespie and almost finished him before the end of the first round of that fight. And just personally, I would pretty confidently take Gillespie in a grappling match against Mateus Gamrat. Look, the bottom line is Gamrat's a cool prospect. I think he's very talented. Ferreira's been fighting the best guys in the world. I get it. He's lost 2 in a row. Dariush is about to fight Islam in a title eliminator. Clear.
Oh my god, dude, that's amazing.
That's a really good
That's
one.
a really good one. That is really funny. Sorry, keep going. I had to put that out. That was hysterical.
I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know how this line could possibly make sense. To me, it's like Ferreira should be able to compete anywhere the fight goes. I think he's the better grappler on the mat. Rustam Khabilov couldn't control him at all. I don't think Gamrat can. And on the feet, I know he's got better pace, and I know he probably hits harder. So I kind of slightly favor Ferreira here. So I'm betting him for a decent amount. He could be shot, but I don't know. This is a huge step up for Gamrat. This line does not make any sense to me.
Yeah, dude. You literally took the words right out of my mouth, but I think Magic's about to have a stroke over here.
I'll let you continue, so the Ferreira party can go on.
Yeah, dude. It's like Ferreira after round 1 was against Gillespie was a huge favorite, and the last 2 fighters he's faced are Gregor Gillespie and Beneil Dariush, who are 2 of the best grapplers in the division. And unless in either of those fights, would you say that Ferreira looked plus 170? Because I wouldn't. And
went to split with Dariush.
Yeah, it was a split with Dariush. And
that wasn't that split. Everybody here knows that wasn't the split.
Yeah. No, I agree with that for sure. But yeah, I don't know, man. I
bet Ferreira that night. Sorry.
Yeah,
I bet Ferreira that night, and that wasn't a split.
Wait, you admitted dude? No way. You scored a fight for someone you didn't bet on. Is that the first time?
That's not true, man.
That's got to be the first time.
How can you tell me that? You are out here saying Barcelos lost against Valiev and Covington won against Usman both times.
Listen, I'm proud of you. As a friend, I'm and a friend, the co-host. I'm proud of you. I just want you to know. Yeah, but I think Ferreira is gonna win this fight. I like Gamrat. I bet him big against Stevens, but I think this is a tough matchup for him. What do you think, Magic?
Yeah, Bo is in the chat. Bo is right. Bo watches KSB. Be like Bo. Gamrat is the truth, man. He's really, really good. Very specific type of fighter. Very dynamic grappler. He can take Ferreira down and not control it because he really doesn't control anyone, but he forces you to work at a very high pace. Very good passer. Very aggressive on top. He's very good at finding half guard, 3/4 positions to pound people. I think he's going to win the striking handily. He can move and force to Ferreira to be in and out. He's very good at that. I think he's the truth. And when he goes from 3-round fights to 5-round fights, he's going to be a fucking problem. I think he's going to be in championship contention for some years. He's really, really good.
Do you think he'd beat Alvarez?
Gamrat?
Yeah, do you think he'd beat Joel Alvarez?
Sorry. I think the worst matchups for Alvarez in the division are Gamrat and Makhachev.
So that
Magic, would you like Joel Alvarez if he was from Philly and his name was Joe Smith?
Why not? I mean, you think I wouldn't like a guy that has like 200 submissions? That's my type of people. I've been telling everyone he was really good since he signed, and people were like, "Oh,
you have been, in fairness.
Magic just likes him because he's from Spain."
He's the best.
So what now?
He's the best. He's the best 158 pounder in the world.
And he's going to make 156 clean, like clean. He's going to come in clutch, and Oliveira better back 8.
You need to message him and try to be his nutritionist. You'll get him on weight. You'll get him those good steroids. The one you posted a picture on Twitter on, day, dude. Just ship one of those over to his house.
Man, somebody asked me, like, would you pass USADA? Man, that's like BCAA and whey isolate and some multivitamins, man. People are clueless.
Since you had such a bad take on that fight, I
have not finished, man. Gamrat is going to beat his fucking ass. Yeah, you both are going to lose money. Gamrat is the truth. Gamrat late. Probably finds a finish. Ferreira is short, done, old, and misses weight. And his cardio is very suspect. I don't know if he can afford the roids anymore. He was blatantly roided lately. So yeah, I like Gamrat here. I think he's going to make it look easy.
Ooh,
we'll see.
Bold prediction. I'll stick with you for a Sun Sao versus Ricky Simone. What do you think?
I really wanted to play Sun Sao here, man. I really wanted to play him like plus 240. I passed. I have nothing on the fight. But I really wanted to play Sun Sao. And if he wins, and even if he doesn't win, if he makes it like a 50-50 fight, being plus 240, I'm going to be like, fuck, I should have bet Sun Sao. Not if he loses, but like, yeah. I think he's probably the value side. Simone is not, I mean, he maybe come out and get 25 takedowns, but he doesn't control anyone on the ground. He was not controlling this fucking Gaetano Pirello guy that my grandma will submit. He took his time, and Sun Sao is very skilled, good counter puncher. He finds his shots, and he could have some back takes control here. I don't know. He's the much better jiu-jitsu player, but yeah. Simone is much younger, better chin at this point, has some power, and Sun Sao is like 70 years old, so I passed. But I really wanted to play him.
John, did you take the shot on a Sun Sao?
Not yet. I'm thinking about it. It's just like, if this fight happened 5 years ago, we'd be saying a Sun Sao should be minus 200 here, like something like that, minus 150.
5 years ago, Simone sucked.
Yeah, no, but like, even against this version of Ricky, like, you look at the guys who have tried to wrestle a Sun Sao, none have had really tremendous success against him. Sun Sao outstruck Rob Font. Like, it's not like we're talking about, some guy who is like a bum on the feet either. I don't know. It's weird because, like, I agree with everything you said about it, Magic. Like, he looks like a senior citizen at this point, and he seems to react to shots like it as well. And it's possible he's just washed and the line looks completely justified, but I don't know, man. Like, I can't shake the feeling. Like, I'm kind of where you are, where it's like, if he wins this fight, I'm going to like brutally regret it, because if he is like even 80% of himself, he's almost certainly value here. I don't think Ricky's likely to get a lot of top time. I don't even think he's going to get a ton of takedowns. He might just win on pace and age, but I think the line's wide. I'm thinking about stabbing a Sun Sao. It's just hard with him being so old and coming off being brutally finished to, really back him here.
Yeah, the thing for me is there really isn't any recent data on Sun Sao's grappling. Like, his last fight was a year and a half ago, and it was when he died against Garbrandt. But even if you look back a couple fights like before that, there's really no one who really takes that same approach that Ricky Simone does, in the sense where he's just going to relentlessly try to grapple you the whole time. Simone's really strong for the weight class. I don't think he's much of a finisher. Like, I think Magic touched on it earlier, but I had him by submission against some guy who had no business being in the UFC, and he was like genuinely making me nervous.
I was like, if he doesn't finish this,
dude, I know.
I'm going to fucking die. I was having a stroke there. Like, get the arm triangle. It was obvious.
Yeah. So
Sub
that
plus 600, man.
yeah, that was a
Yeah,
sweat.
that was the opener or something because I didn't get plus 600.
I forget what the price was, but I was on inside distance sub. I'm pretty sure that was the same card where Chiesa couldn't finish Magny, which drove me crazy, dude. That
Yeah,
was
I had
so
that.
bad.
Chiesa by submission.
Ugh.
It's Chiesa, you know. Very good performance by Chiesa last week too.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you miss that?
Yeah, dude, I watched the video. I didn't see him in
Like, he
person,
was
but-
so drunk that he jumped the fence and then fell on the floor face first, like pop, and he needed the stitches or something. And then he tried to fight the security and got expelled from the arena. Great night.
That's how I would have been if Colby beat Usman. Well, if the judges gave him the decision.
Why weren't you like that? If you were thinking he won?
Dude, ask John. We were there together. Did we not? Did I not? I was like, when I heard it,
This
when I
guy
heard there was no.
was in there telling me Colby won for sure on Twitter in the DMs, and
Dude.
I was messaging with C too. He was in a different part of the arena, and he was like,
Yeah.
Colby got this, Colby got
Dude.
this. And I'm like, what fight are you watching? This is easy, Usman.
John could vouch for me. When I heard there were no 10-8s, I looked at him like all excited.
Oh,
like,
I
ready.
knew.
He did. He popped it. Like this light went on. He's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Andrew was 7 years old again. Oh,
dude, I was like, wow, it's actually unanimous. Like I thought at least one judge was gonna give it to Usman, and then like I heard 49-46, and I was like, oh, we for sure got it. Like there's no way that.
Andrew got out of there like a bat out of hell. He was like not slowing down.
Remember when Colby lost to Usman the first time and he like jogged out of the arena? That was what I did leaving MSG that night. Anyway, I don't want to revisit these horrible memories anymore. Did I talk about the Sun South fight yet? I forget.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Lamos versus Hill. I'll start off. I passed. I kind of like the over. But I think it's gotten bet a little bit. So I got bet to minus 240. I wouldn't play that, but hopefully Lamos just kind of kills her. It's best for future betting purposes. I don't really like Hill personally. And yeah, those are my thoughts. Magic, what do you got?
Maybe John should start because I think this is going to be one of these John Long stories. I can feel it coming.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, 2 fights ago, Amanda Lemos was an underdog to Mizuki in a way.
Once upon a time.
And like, if you rewatch the fight, like Cruz and Anik are like, oh man, this was a close fight. We don't know how the judges are going to score it. Like, there's a lot of like recency bias built into this line. Like that, I thought Lemos clearly beat Mizuki, obviously, but it was a competitive fight, and she clearly slowed down in it. Mizuki had a decent amount of success when she was able to get into boxing range and had a lot of success holding her against the cage. And then she comes out here, beats the fuck out of Lavinia Souza, who also just got the fuck kicked out of her by Randa Marcos, neither in the UFC anymore. Beats the fuck out of Montserrat Conejo, who is garbage, like literally as bottom of the barrel as I know she's your girl. I know she's your girl.
Conejo is a legend. She cut me against this bum Blismas.
But now it's like she fights 2 with bums. It's like Angela Hill. I know she lost so pretty bad against Tisha Torres, but like that's Tisha Torres. Like she's been a top 5 fighter in the division for ages. Like Hill's only been losing to top level fighters, and maybe Lemos is that girl. She could be, but I don't know. You know, she lost to Leslie Smith. Probably about what's going to happen.
Yeah, right.
You know, I don't know. Lemos lost to Leslie Smith and got finished. You know, she was a dog to Miranda Granger and a dog to Mizuki Inoue. She's minus 400 against Hill. Like, I'm with you, Andrew. Like, I kind of like the over as well. Like, Hill fought Jessica Andrade for 15 minutes and like threw down with her. Like, I don't think she has many durability issues here. My biggest concern for Hill would be her just getting grappled, because I think that's in play. But honestly, look, you have to favor Lemos because of the power, no doubt. But in terms of volume, like, I expect Hill to compete with her on minutes here. I took a small stab at plus 300, and then I also played Hill decision only, which is plus 275, because I honestly think if it goes the distance, it probably looks like a very, very close fight. But yeah, I mean, I'm just not really buying what Amanda Lemos is selling, to be honest. So taking a small fade here.
Shout out to my man Lance, because he had his Oliveira victory lap. That guy is the biggest Charles Oliveira fan in the world. Like, he would have took his own life if he lost.
He's heard you.
Yeah, Lemos is going to fucking bonk her. Like, I'm not going to play Lemos minus 400 or whatever it is, but I think the line is fair, and I think she probably looks like a bigger favorite. I see this fight going like 2 scenarios. One, Hill comes out hot and Lemos fucking murders her. Like, it's going to be ugly. Or Hill takes her time and gets picked apart bad and gets murdered down the stretch. Yeah, I don't see how Hill wins this fight. She has 0 grappling upside. If Lemos decides to, there is nothing stopping Lemos from going clinch, judo throw, and doing whatever she wants on the mat because she's the much better grappler and jiu-jitsu player. Yeah, I think Lemos is going to destroy her, honestly. Like, it's going to be ugly. Hill gets hit a lot and doesn't have a lot of defense and throws a lot coming forward like this, like a sock and robot. And Lemos, man, that's the best striker in women's MMA, in all of it. Maybe Valentina is more technical with the kick. She has the best hands. Like, it's not close.
You think Lemos would outstrike Joanna?
What?
You think Lemos
fucking bonks Joanna, man. Like, bam, out. Joanna is my favorite women's fighter.
I thought Rose was your favorite.
Man, Lemos is scary. Like, I don't know if you spark Lemos, you think you can take her? I have to bring back this to the podcast.
Dude, we can't keep doing this, dude. I'm declining to answer.
Sportline called and said, Andrew, you cannot keep talking about beating up women.
I'm gonna be. Dude, I would rather you get me in a fight with Gilbert Burns than make me say if I would beat up a girl or not.
I would take her down and then lay in guard till I got submitted or gassed out. That's 100% what would happen.
He is going to come forward and Lemos is going to sleep and go overhand, boom, and put her head in the 3rd row. I took Lemos by submission plus 1400. This is a fucking match. I don't care if you want to bet Hill or whatever. Lemos by submission is in the same price, and I took some inside the distance.
Did you know I bet Lavinia Souza against Lemos?
Amazing bet. She was there like she got hit once with the right hand, and she was like, "Holy shit!" She was like this, like this against the fence.
How can you bet Lavinia Souza against her but not bet Angela Hill?
You want to laugh? I genuinely, after that fight, was like, I think that was fixed. Like, I've never accused a fight of being fixed before, dude. In my head, like, again, keep in mind, I didn't know what I know now about Lamos, and I didn't think she could grapple at all. And I was like, all right, like, I think Souza's gonna at least like take a shot. And she kind of just stood there and froze. But then I watched Souza's next couple fights, and she did the same thing. So I was like, okay, she's not throwing the fight.
She's garbage.
Yeah.
Lemos hit her with the right hand once, and she was like, holy shit, I'm good here. I'll take the next fight or whatever. Herzog saved her fucking life. Like, people were saying, oh, that's an early stoppage, man. She was going to die bad.
Dude, meme KO, bad luck. On to the next one. This is just a 50-50 fight. Yeah.
When they have to take Hill out in a stretcher, we will see.
That's a bad beat having Souza. That was a bad beat having Souza against. That reminds me of our friend who everything's a bad beat or a fluke. But on to the co-main. Oh my, dude, we gotta stop. We gotta stop doing this. On to the co-main event before we kick this one off.
You didn't answer though.
What?
You think you can take her?
On to the next part. We've got first of all, we got 72 live viewers right now, so appreciate you all. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. And John, thanks for joining us, buddy. Having a great time as usual. We'll let you kick this one off. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Bilal. I don't belong in the top 15. Muhammad, who you got?
You know, you know what was pretty funny about the Stephen Thompson takes before the Burns fight, where people saying he'd be the toughest test for Kamaru Usman in the UFC? No, dude, come on. If Usman gets him against the fence, he's going down and not getting up, you know?
I would bet Wonderboy against Usman.
At what odds,
you
though?
Hate
you
Usman,
wouldn't pick him
you
to win.
Usman, though.
Whatever, Daukaus.
If I gave you plus 150, you would take it.
Wonderboy against Usman?
In a 5-round fight.
Man, Usman was doing the chicken dance against Pillow Fist Covington.
Against who?
Colby Pillow Fist Covington. You know him?
You mean the best fighter and like one of the best welterweights of all time? All right.
Barnes was killing him until he died himself.
Let's-
I mean, man.
let's stay
Usman is not that good. Peter Yan is 50 times better. People are crazy.
Let's
No,
stay
Bruce
on
Bowen's like
task
this.
here.
Yeah. Anyway, the point. I did not think I was going to open up that box, that can of worms there. But I do think. Look, it's funny because I've seen a couple takes that are like, "Oh, if Bilal gets takedowns, he holds him down." It's like, do you guys know how much better at grappling Gilbert Burns is than Bilal Muhammad? Like the levels between the top game of Gilbert Burns and Bilal Muhammad are like there's 3 or 4 tiers between them. Like Gilbert Burns, one of the best top games in the sport. Bilal Muhammad, You know, I actually didn't hate the way Wonderboy worked up against Burns. Obviously, he lost the fight because of the grappling, but you know, he mostly did stuff that I think will work against Muhammad at range. This is about as big a mismatch as it gets. He's going to pick him apart. And I don't really think you can project Muhammad to land more than 1 or 2 takedowns. And like I said, I don't really think he has much chance to hold him down. To be completely honest, after seeing the Edwards fight and how lost Muhammad looked and how hard he was getting hit, I kind of think Thompson's going to finish him, if I'm being honest. He's going to, unless Muhammad just accepts being on the outside and losing a clear 30-27, he's going to get hit flush a lot entering into the pocket. I'm thinking of betting Wonderboy. I'm thinking of betting Wonderboy KO. I don't really see many issues Muhammad's going to present him here.
Cool. Magic. What do you got?
Yeah, I think Belal is not really good. I hope he doesn't get upset. Maybe he's watching. He's like into betting now, or not, or picking fights, or I don't know. We follow each other on Twitter. People love him because he interacts with people on Twitter. I think that's the thing. Yeah, he's not really that good. I think he's in over his head here. Wonderboy is going to. I mean, Belal always brings the fight, and he's a durable guy. He has heart. He's a blue collar, you know. But if you come at Wonderboy and you are not very skilled and you don't pack a big punch, you are going to get fucking lit up. That's what he's going to do. Don't think he can grapple the guy, and if he does, I think Wonderboy can keep it standing and get up if he's taken down. So yeah, I did something that may look really stupid here, but I took Wonderboy late bigger than knockout. I have both, but I took round 3 bigger. It's stupid odds.
Interesting. What's the number?
Round 3 is plus 1600.
That's kind of dumb.
So yeah, I hope he. I mean, the thing with Wonderboy is he doesn't want to hurt people. I mean, come on, you are a prize fighter. I need you to fucking murder some motherfucker. Not, oh, are you okay? He's fucking killing Luke, and he's like, oh, are you okay? Touching gloves. I mean, come on, fuck off. People are paying to watch this.
Diego Lima to Wonderboy Thompson. Diego Lima, who almost kicked his leg off.
Yeah,
in that fight. You know?
100%. Yeah, I mean, I got to give all 3 of us a pat on the back here. Everyone and their mother was betting on Wonderboy as a favorite against Burns, and all 3 of us, if I remember correctly, were on Burns in that fight. So
yeah, I bet inside the distance, and suddenly he doesn't want to take anyone's back, and just like he was like on his crotch all fight. What are you doing, man? I thought he was going to take his back and do whatever he wants to Wonderboy. And I don't know. He looked like a little bit scared, like he may lose it, and we are on the feet again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was definitely taking a conservative approach in that fight. But I bet Burns big in that spot. And honestly, watching it live, I was like, easy money, easy money, easy money. I go back and I watched the fight again last week. I'm like, I was actually a lot more competitive than I remembered it being. And also, I think a lot of people, it's funny, and I'm not, no disrespect, but a lot of people who are betting on betting on Muhammad here, bet Thompson against Burns. So it's like you bet Thompson as a favorite against Burns, and now you're betting against him with Bilal Muhammad. Like, I don't know. Muhammad is not even close to the caliber grappler that Burns is. He's a better striker too. Burns is a better striker.
He was acting like Leon Edwards was fucked. Like I had you right where I wanted, man. I had Edwards by knockout, and I was feeling amazing about my bet. He was fucking destroyed, and he got bailed out on an IPOC, and he was like, "Oh, I was going to get you round 5. You don't want this hit." I mean, come on, man. He was killing you.
Yeah, I laid minus 250 on Edwards in that fight, and I was feeling great about it. But yeah, I think Thompson is going to look like a big favorite here. Muhammad comes forward, and Thompson, that's how he beats guys. I mean, not to do MMA math here, but they both fought Vicente Luque and Jeff Neal, and how did that work out?
Luque put him in a body bag, man.
Yeah, dude, that was bad.
That was horrible.
Yeah,
slow motion.
I mean, he
That was-
should have honestly. If Lyman Good was busier early in that fight, he would have beaten him pretty clean too.
I
To be
thought
honest
he
with
won.
you, me too, and I bet Good in that fight too. And it's like Lyman Good, I like him. He's fun, but he's not a top 15 guy. You know,
I mean,
like
he did all the damage.
yeah, by a mile.
I didn't have anything on the money line, I think, and I thought he won 2 rounds quite clearly, and I was surprised by the decision. But again, everybody on Twitter had Belal for whatever reason, so everybody acted like Belal put on a clinic. But
The
that
market
didn't
really
happen.
likes Belal way too much, to be honest. Like Edwards probably should have been minus 500. Now you're getting Wonderboy at the same number. He was a huge favorite against Maya, and that was a sweaty fight against Maya's corpse. You know, like it's.
The thing is that Wonderboy, he looks 17, but he's like 38.
Yeah.
Someday the bouncing is going to go away, and he's going to be just standing there, and somebody's going to kill him. But yeah, he should roll here.
It's not going to be Bilal Muhammad.
I mean, he should force a stoppage here and get the title.
Yeah.
You are not getting any younger. It's stop with the good guy. Oh, are you okay? Are you right? I love you. I love your family. I mean, fuck off. Yeah, finish him and get the title shot.
He needs like the Sean Strickland energy. Like, I want to eat your children. Like that kind of.
Strickland is going to be a massive superstar.
Yeah, I love Strickland.
if he doesn't go to jail first, like it's a tight race.
Again, main event: Chris Dawkis versus Derek Lewis. John, start us off.
Yeah, this is such a dumb fight, to be honest. I don't know. Like, I say it every time I break down a Derek Lewis fight. Like, the guy doesn't really have any skills, but he hits like a truck, and he's basically impossible to hold down. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just like how his body's built, but it seems like whenever the guy ends up on his back, he can just literally stand up, and there's nothing that anybody can really do about it. Look, I mean, at the end of the day,
dude, just get up. Jiu-jitsu doesn't work in street fights. You just get up.
Yeah,
I would just get up. You don't know any of those guys. Sometimes I show something to my friends, and some of them would like, I will just get up, and I was sure, motherfucker.
I mean, but like, I don't know. Like, Dawkis in theory, should kill him, but Dawkis gets hit, and Lewis hits so fucking hard. Like, I don't know, man. I know everybody wants to always be like, Lewis sucks, he's fragile, but the guy's had 20 UFC fights and won like 75% of them. Like, that's got to count for something. I do think, look, if they go the distance, which isn't going to happen, Dawkis obviously is going to win it. I don't know, man. I have a feeling that Lewis is going to like pull something out of his ass.
I don't know, man. I think Daukaus is like a 2-round fighter.
Dude, I'm not a huge Dawkis guy.
Maybe he can go 3 now, because before he had like tits. I think he's training full time now. He's not a policeman anymore. The tits are going away.
But that's the other thing. He's like at like a 50-pound weight disadvantage here, you know? Like, he's now basically fighting at like a light heavyweight build at heavyweight. I don't know, man. I like have this feeling that Derek Lewis is like value here. I probably won't bet it. Honestly, like I'm seeing like under 2.5, like minus 150 or minus 175. Like, that seems crazy to me. Under 3.5, minus 250. I think someone's gonna die here. I have a feeling it's gonna be Lewis committing a murder. Just a gut feeling.
Magic.
Yeah, I don't know why Lewis is the dog, man. I mean, he's kind of a quitter. He wanted out against Cyril Gane, but he only loses to the elite lately. I mean, how many elite fighters are there at heavyweight? He's much bigger, packs a bigger punch. I think Lewis has to. Daukaus has to get it done inside 7 minutes, 8 minutes, or he's going to be fucked. I wouldn't be surprised if Lewis wrestles him. Like, I know Daukaus has some jiu-jitsu, but if you get on bottom with the Black Beast, say bye to your family, because that's assault, man. If he hits you with ground and pound, you're going to fucking die.
Didn't he get finished by like Zhu on Yanwu from top position?
Daukaus?
Yeah, I think so.
He lost to some not good guys on the regionals.
Yeah.
I mean, and all his wins are first round knockouts pretty much. I don't know. I think he can land early. You know what I mean? He's kind of sharp and fast, but the Black Beast, man. I think he's going to make him doubt, drown him into the swamp, into deep waters. Yeah. And boom. He's more of a counter puncher. He doesn't initiate, and Daukaus is going to be the one initiating the action. Yeah. I like Lewis. I don't know why he's a dog. I took some knockout. I only tracked one unit because the price. I don't know why it's plus 220 there at one book. It's like plus 175 around. I have plus 220.
Yeah, 175. I'm seeing that's a good price though, to be honest.
Lewis round 3 or 4 plus 900. I mean, how many finishes in round 3 or late Lewis has? He has a fucking ton of them. And Daukaus doesn't have much gas, I think. If he doesn't get it done early, I favor Lewis big time. So yeah, Lewis is small knockout on round 3 or 4. I hope he wins. He's a funny guy. Fuck the police.
Yeah, I went into taping this fight thinking that I would like Dawkis. I bet him against Shamil. I bet him against Olenek. But I actually feel like Lewis is the side. He's just so untrustworthy. He's a quitter, and he's probably at a bit of a speed disadvantage. But I just think Dawkis gets hit, and Lewis obviously hits like a bus. So I don't know. I'm not involved right now. If you put a gun to my head, I would take Lewis probably at like plus 120 or whatever. But that KO plus 220 is solid because he this is funny and very true. I think that's pretty much his win condition. Like I don't really see this fight hitting the cards under any circumstances. Like someone's gonna go down eventually, but who knows actually.
Lewis in form, man. Like sweaty fight. He covers in a ball 3 or 4 times. Then round 4 he brings the cardio.
Yeah, he's got
Pumps the pace.
The pressure. He brings the pace, that Gillespie pace, and finishes him.
Derek Lewis has porn star cardio like Colby Covington.
And Colby's so done. Calling out Poirier and everything. There's nothing left for him. I fear for you.
I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want me to say to that. Like, what am I supposed to say to that?
He's going to fight Chimaev, and I'm going to have to hear you here telling, Colby beats Chimaev.
You don't actually think Chimaev would beat Colby, do you?
Colby beats Chimaev.
You're kidding.
Chimaev. Okay, go ahead and bet Colby.
I can't tell if you're being serious now. Like, I don't think you really believe that.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
go out and murder him.
How? Like with a bat? Like he's gonna bring a bat to the cage? Like he's gonna bring a baseball bat or like a pistol to the cage?
You think Colby can wrestle that guy?
I think Colby could.
Just answer my question. Don't make it your story, Andrew. Can Colby wrestle that guy?
I think Colby could do whatever he wants to that guy. First of all, yeah, no, I don't know, man. Chimaev's big. Colby is like, I don't know. Chimaev just hasn't faced any resistance. Like, I get it. I bet Chimaev against Jing Liang. Like, I bet Chimaev against John Phillips. But like, can we just like see something like I don't know, see some type of resistance maybe before we crown this guy the next king of the world?
I get that Jing Liang is not the best grappler, but that was fucking insane.
It was impressive. It was very impressive. But
I'm not saying he's going to out-wrestle Colby. I think he can get him down and everything. But if Colby cannot put him down, that's the thing. And he cannot, like, he cannot.
Yeah, the thing I worry about, like, all jokes aside, like, I know I'm like a Colby fan and stuff, but I don't like his ability or lack thereof to hold guys down. Like, that's why I didn't want him to try to wrestle Usman, because like he might get him down a couple times, but he doesn't. He got
a takedown. I thought it was a takedown. Huge win for the Colby fan base. He got a takedown.
He got a takedown. He won 3 rounds in a row. Yeah.
No, that was a takedown. He should have been awarded a takedown.
Yeah, that's 2.
I'm not sure if it was under UFC rules, but it was a wrestling takedown.
Yeah. All right, let's do our Lambo parlay. John, you are the guest, and you have been a great one at that. So kick us off.
Let me go last.
Okay. Magic, do you have yours, or do you need to put it together now? I think you have it already, right?
Yeah, I have it.
Go ahead.
Gamrat round 3 or decision.
That's already a loss. Just stop.
That's your dumpster fire when you say Diego Ferreira. Gamrat round 3 or decision. Elkins versus Swanson doesn't go distance. Lamos by submission, and Lewis round 3 or 4. 60 to win 25,000. Easy. I mean, this should be like minus 300.
Yeah, no, that's solid. Other than the Gamrat piece, I think that's pretty good. I will go with, I'm making this on the fly, so I'm going to go with Stephen Thompson money line. I'm going to go with Carlos Diego Ferreira money line. I'm going to go with Raoni Barcelos wins inside the distance. And then lastly, for leg number 4, I'm going to go with the Hunsucker Tafa under 1.5.
Yeah, that's not buying a Lambo. Another Fiat Punto parlay by Andrew.
That's gonna be that's like probably plus 2,000.
Get ready, guys. You are getting a Fiat Punto or a scooter.
Don't forget Paul Woodley. I'll give that take real quick while I'll buy you a little more time, John. I think Paul's gonna beat him, and I think he should be a bigger favorite. Magic, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I bet Paul the first time, and I was pretty vocal that he was going to win. He didn't win as easy as I expected, and it got a little bit sweaty late. I don't know. I think Paul is going to win, probably a decision, but it's plus 130. I may bet the draw. It's like plus 1,400, and I think that's very live. 8-round fight against 2 tomato cans with bad cardio. Yeah, why not? Maybe.
All right, so 2 legs. Does it have to be 4 legs, or can I just go 2
No,
legs?
Whatever you
I
want, but just don't be
do
like
it.
Andrew. You need to get like real money, not a Fiat Punto parlay.
Believe me, we got real money coming in here. All right, this is not enough money. We don't need to add to this.
And
Hold on.
Hunsucker by submission, round 3.
All right. We got first leg, Angela Hill by decision, plus 500. Second leg, Carlos Diego Ferreira by submission, plus 800. Third leg, Stephen Thompson, minus 220. That's going to pay out 100 to win 77.54. It's a lot.
That cannot be correct.
That's what I'm seeing here. It says $1. Yeah.
That sounds like Omicron, John. Go get tested.
I'm looking at it on the Vegas Insiders payout odds, but because my fucking phone's not working right now when I was trying to calculate it. But that's what I'm giving you. Angela Hill decision, Carlos Diego Ferreira submission, Stephen Thompson. They're all hitting.
That cannot be 100 to win 75,000. Like, no way.
No, 7,700.
Okay.
I think you might have said an extra digit in there the first time because I was like, wait, what?
I mean, I don't know, 75,000. I don't even know what we'd have to add into that.
Yeah, that guy is right. I didn't remember that. We got Paul by decision first time plus 1,200. That was a good hit.
Did they have a number on that now?
Yeah, it's plus 130.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, I guess Paul has no reason to throw the fight, but Woodley has every reason to try to knock him out, right? I mean, he'd get a rematch and a lot more money.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is fixed. Like, you are fucking broke, Woodley. Take the money and don't do anything.
Well,
But I don't
he
think
must
it is.
cash in like 7 figures on these, right? Though, like I would think, maybe even 8.
Yeah, he probably has blown already all the money he made in the first one because he's like fucking stupid.
Dude, when he was talking about how he blew all his money when he was champion, it's like, motherfucker,
I'm paying
you were
dinners
not
for all these people, and I'm doing this and houses and cars, and he thinks he's JC.
Dude,
I don't know.
you're making $400K a fight with pay-per-view points, and you're not a draw. Like you weren't making that. I got news for you: $5 million is not enough money to go ball out like a rock star.
You hear the guy talk every time, and he like for real. He thinks he's a mix of Sam Rapper and Floyd Mayweather. The guy is absolutely crazy. And you are not.
He is delusional.
Guys, I'm going to give you the play of the card. Play of the card. Ready? Frank Gore plus 140 on DraftKings. I absolutely obliterated that line, dude. I think I single-handedly might have moved that line.
That's boxing?
Yeah.
Is everybody betting this? Because
she told me about this.
Everybody keeps saying Frank Gore because of pad work. Doesn't Darren Williams is like a half owner of Fortis? Like the guy's been training.
I don't know.
For a while.
I'm going to take, if people want some boxing tomorrow, I'm going to take Michel Soro by knockout plus 400.
Who?
Michel Soro, a French guy, black guy, solid guy, jacked, big punch. He's going to Kazakhstan to fight a really good guy, but he's not going to win a decision because the scorecards are already filled, you know. But Michel Soro is for real. He should have got a title shot already long ago. He's a good boxer.
Cool. Anything else?
Yeah, the Chiefs are going to cover today.
Agreed. Thanks for tuning into our MMA/NFL/YouTube boxing podcast. John, thanks for joining us, buddy. We'll have you back on soon. And everyone, again, like and subscribe.
It hasn't started already. I thought it was on already. Travis Kelce, first touchdown, plus 850.
There you go. There you have it. Thanks,
we
everyone.
can do it all.
Peace, guys.
Thank you.